Good evening, SRA Nation. Welcome to Season 3. Division 2 is racing tonight. It is the opener at Zolder. I am co-hosting this race with our new face, Dominic Duran, and a crowd favorite, Evan Kim. Gentlemen, introduce yourselves.
Hey everyone, pleasure to be here tonight with y'all. Looking really forward to a hype Season 3 of Division 2 racing. We're going to see who's going to get their head down maybe vie for a spot or a seat in D1.
SRA community, hello again. It's good to be back as always. New season, couple new faces. Going to see some good racing tonight on a track that I personally enjoy a lot, Zolder. This is a tight track, really demanding, and with a grid packed of, I think we got 39 drivers in the race tonight. It's going to be a lot of action, a lot of fun.
Evan's face is a little tiny. We're having some technical difficulties, but trust me, he makes up for it with personality. That being said, Evan, do you want to give us a little rundown of the track while I go ahead? Well, actually, yeah, let's talk about the track. Go ahead and give us a little breakdown.
I pull out the history book here. The Zolder Grand Prix circuit is almost exactly 4 kilometers long in its current format, despite minor changes frequently in its 59-year history. The track has remained unchanged since 2002. The track has 11 turns featuring 3 main chicanes, all of which are critical points when navigating around. Another area to highlight is the pit exit, which dumps drivers right into the apex of turn 2. This proves to be quite treacherous for all drivers. Keep an eye on this spot during the race. When the pit stop window is open, we'll see a lot of action there as drivers try to make a quick pass coming out of the pits, or see if there's any contact there, as it's pretty sketchy coming out into oncoming traffic.
Any part of this track that you are particularly afraid of?
I can think of one spot. About halfway through the track, we have a launch pad of a chicane with some of the biggest curbs you'll see all season. If you hit that thing wrong, your car is going to get airborne. And when it comes down, it better be pointed straight, or you might find yourself spinning off into the walls. We've seen that in practice. We saw that in the race last night in the Pro Division. It's a really tricky section, which you want to carry a lot of speed through, but it's also very risky, as you might find yourself facing the wrong way when it comes race time.
I'll just parrot Evan. It's 4 kilometers of not spa. The curbs are short and unforgiving, and you can die at any given point. It's pretty awesome.
And by awesome, he means genuinely terrifying.
Oh, it's painful.
Yes.
Utterly painful.
Well, right now we have the first half of the Division 2, which was previously called the AM Division, going around qualifying at the moment. It's looking like we have a pretty full grid tonight, guys. 39 drivers have joined the server so far, and I'm really excited to kick off an exciting season for what seems to be a very competitive division.
Yeah, who you guys thinking is going to rise to the top? No, it's early to say, but never too early to make predictions.
No, I'm going to be a little biased here, and I'm going to put the Bentley Boys Club Thick team up top tonight. I got high hopes for these guys. They've been with us for quite a while now. New livery, new season. I could see them putting it on the podium tonight.
How many C's in that thick, Evan?
I'm sorry, what was that?
How many C's are in the thick of their team title? I think it's 3. Oh no, it's 2.
Oh, 2? I thought oh man, they slacked on that one. Okay, well, we might have to do a edit for next season, get those guys pumped to 3 C's. They deserve it.
We'll get Dahi on that right off the bat. He's definitely going to clean that up for him. The guys need 3 C's in thick to compensate for all that BBC, if you know what I'm saying. That being said, we're introducing some other drivers here. Some people are returning, and we have a lot of really new faces. But I just wanted to go ahead and take a moment of silence for someone who won't be returning to Division 2. So just need a moment. Oh man, you really need to kind of collect yourself after something that emotional. Oh,
hurts.
That
That
I need a
hurts.
tissue.
All jokes aside, Damiani is making a return to D2 after his death last season in what felt like every race. He is ready to have a second go at Season 3 here, and his pace last season showed that he was a podium contender. Let's see if his races can amount to that in the same capacity. All right, we can go and take a peek at what our season makeup is going to be. We can kind of go over the subtle pieces of SRA. On Mondays, we host practice races for our divisions to get a sample of what they're going to be having on their official race day. And speaking of official race days, Tuesdays are for Division 1, which was yesterday. Check out that on our YouTube channel. It was an awesome race. And then Wednesdays, like tonight, we have Division 2 and Division 3 racing simultaneously. Division 2 hosted on YouTube, Division 3 hosted on Twitch. And then Thursday or Friday, depending on coaching availability, we have some of our fastest people in the league come out and host a coaching session to really teach people the ins and outs of the upcoming track. That way, people are really incentivized to practice, keep clean racing on track, and really lend itself to some good racing. And then on Saturdays, sometimes Fridays, depending on, again, when that coaching night is, we'll have some exhibition races, which are hosted by Curtis Lee. He has an absolute calendar chock full of fun stuff, ranging from M2 Cup nights, GT3 Cup cars, GT3, GT4 races, what have you. A lot of really fun stuff. And that's an opportunity for people in the community to kind of let loose outside of the official racing scenario. So you can unclick your racing seat belts, all 6 points, and kind of just have a fast-paced and loose cannon type of night with your boys. So after that, we can take a peek at the actual track schedule. Tonight is Zolder, which is going to be a really tough track. Honestly, the livery and schedule reveal had a lot of feedback saying that the schedule was quite difficult this season. The admins are definitely testing the community, but I'm looking forward to it. So we have Zolder, a wet Zandvoort, Donington Park, Silverstone at night, Laguna Seca, Paul Ricard at night, a wet Hungaroring, and then ending at the mountain. Dre and Evan, what are your guys' opinions on the schedule this season?
Passing's tough. Got to keep it on track if you don't want to lose spots.
This schedule is very challenging. The community is not wrong about that. That's for sure. I'm really looking forward to it. A lot of tracks here that we haven't raced yet in the league, so seeing something fresh and battling with these guys in unknown territories, it's going to make for some interesting races and seeing just how fast these guys are on some tracks where we haven't seen them yet. Of course, Mount Panorama is the finale is going to be epic too.
Oh, it's a fitting test.
We have set aside 2 weeks for that track solely, simply because it's going to be an absolute testament to someone's ability to control their car. You have plenty of time leading up to that to kind of get acclimated with your car. Hopefully, we can have a really competitive race there. So let's get to the meat and potatoes of our content here. The drivers. Their first batch of qualifying is almost done, so people are going out there and trying to set some very much anticipated laps. And right now, Evan, do you mind going through the list of performers right now and what their current pace is?
Yeah, sitting in provisionary pole right now, we got a new face to the league, Mr. Gardner in the Audi. The only one to break into the 129s. Everybody else is sitting at 130 or above right now. Followed by Josh Damiani, our boy who died and came back to life. Thank God he's back. Spent some time in the hospital after that after that chaotic wreck on the straight that we saw there. Then we got Jose Guzman. He's been here for a little bit, and I'm not surprised to see him up there at all. He's super fast. Looks like everybody out on track except for Damiani is in a mid-engine car. Can you believe that?
That's kind of
These
bizarre.
boys like stability.
D2 is packed with these mid-engine guys.
Let's take a peek here and see if I can have picture-in-picture working again. There we go. Oh. It's like we know what we're doing around here. With some advice from the community, we made the picture-in-picture window a little bit larger. And no, we're not compensating. As you see Alex Daniel go off and smack the wall.
Takes a nasty spin. Currently sitting in 5th. He's about 5.5 tenths off of P1.
He's putting an absolute screaming session together. I think that was his last lap, but it most definitely was. So we can go back out on track. Damiani is alive, ladies and gentlemen, and he is 5 tenths up on his lap. Comes across and puts it on provisional pole with a 129.7. That's wicked quick.
Let's go, Damiani. That's good to see.
Duran, have you noticed that the track is fast, not optimum? He did that time on a fast track. I think that was right in line with what I was doing yesterday.
Well, we don't need to get into that. I mean, we might have to break the tissues out again, but you know, track development's a huge part of qualifying. It starts out green and moves to fast. I don't know that it'll ever reach optimal, but the guys running the second stint of qualifying definitely have a slight advantage, so expect a few more 29s to pop up on the board by the end of this session.
We currently have 2 29s, one by the aforementioned Damiani, and then we have A. Gardner with a 29.8. The rest of the times are a few tenths off of that. Jose Guzman with a 30.3, B. Anderson with a 30.4, and then it's kind of really tight until you get to the 31s, and then it kind of falls off there. But this is really a testament to people's practice. They had some time beforehand with the livery revealed, knowing which track was coming up. These people put some time in the seat, and it's showing.
100%. You think anybody's going to break into the 28s here?
If they do, they're getting bumped up to Division 1. I am not shy about it. I will bump them up real quick.
I got my eyes on a few. I think it might happen. There's a solid chance, especially by the end of qualifying when the track is rubbered in. We might see some fireworks.
It is possible. I was hanging out in the practice server before the race began, and I did see a 29 flat, a 29.0 posted in the practice server. So we know they're capable, but like you said, on a track that still isn't fully rubbered in, it's going to be tough to get there.
Can you disclose who had a 29 flat, or are you afraid at exposing them on stream?
I don't know if he would want me to say his name or not, so I'm gonna play it safe here. And
all right.
Has he already set a time?
No, he is on track right now.
Okay, that's tease us a little bit.
He's got to prove it in qualifying, and then we'll see. How about that?
That's fair. Well, right now we're both on board with Dustin Fickert, who is a new driver to Division 2. He was previously in the Pro-Am split. But because we had so many aliens join the league, the data pushed him down into and relinquished him down to D2. Not that he's complaining. He's excited at the opportunity to fight for some podiums in D2 along with his teammates. So, I think his teammates Curtis Lee also, who also got relinquished down to D2. They are chomping at the bit to put some lap times together and show why they're going to be the top dog in D2.
How could you not be with that beautiful Trojan BBC livery?
Don't even get Evan started. He's already salivating.
Yeah, I'm foaming over here. Gold and black, Magnum. You know what it is.
Just so clean.
Well, Evan, you're on the bumper cam right now. I switched over to bumper cam. Give us someone else while we talk through this lap. So we just went through turn 1, back around to turn 2, flat out, stab at the brakes. Yeah, hug on the inside, rotate, don't kick into the sand there, you carry momentum through. And then this is the first piste de resistance Hard on the brakes. Hop this first curb, yeet over the second curb. Dustin's a little bit generous with that curb there. You can definitely send it over that thing. And then the second chicane here. Hard on the brakes. Over these sausage curbs here. Short shift up to get some extra rotation. Over this inside here, otherwise you wash out. And again into another hard braking zone at this really tight corner here. Brake at the 100, get the car rotated, power out. 2 non-turns there, just kind of straight line through it. And then the last chicane on track. Hard braking. Oh, it kind of gets swirly. Keeps it together, accelerate out, and that's a lap around Zolder.
That's almost a full second of improvement. That's enough to knock him to 12th.
A solid showing, without a doubt. Plus, this car's not bad to look at in the meantime. Speaking of a second up, we have Carlos Guzman, 1.3 seconds up on his time.
Putting in a heater.
He just jumped up to P5. My goodness.
Look at the Guzman brothers up there.
The Guzman brothers.
Championship contenders?
I couldn't agree more. They are definitely, they've shown a lot of improvement over last season. They're super ecstatic about their new team, and they have a lot of support. So I can't imagine why they wouldn't be contenders. They're also in the Audi, which has shown itself to be one of the strongest cars on track this season. Everything's going their way right now. Let's see here for some other big movers. A lot of people in the 4, 5, 10th range, but Kyle Martin is at nearly a second. I love that purple Mercedes. Evan's a sucker for purple cars.
Yeah, I was gonna say that purple Mercedes has become somewhat iconic over these seasons with plenty of action caught on camera. He's such a great driver and somehow finds himself bumper to bumper almost every race with these guys, usually up at the front. So good to see him back for season 3, and let's see if he can put a good time together here.
He's already half a second up on his previous best. Not even halfway through the first sector.
If you stick it right and you just get a flow on this track, you pick up time magically. Needs to be careful though. There's someone right on his butt. Typically, we don't like to see this during qualifying. You want to have people get a little bit more space. But Kyle's doing everything right here. He's staying in his zone here, putting some lap times together. The Audi behind needs to probably back out of their lap. But yeah, Kyle is 7/10 up through this section here. Keep it clean. Still valid. That low-end grunt, that Mercedes sounds so good as it accelerates out. He's sitting in P36 right now. Let's see what kind of magic he can come up with.
It should take him up to 32nd or 33rd. We will see.
A full second at this point. Come on, hit the chicane. Nice. Power down.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that was really clean. 1.2, almost 1.3 seconds of improvement. Puts him from P37 to P33. Very nice. Back towards the front, no movement. We have Boardman, who's on track. I think he was the Audi. Yeah, he was. The Audi screaming behind Kyle Martin. Right now, he's got a 130.1, and he's starting a brand new lap.
He's got 4/10 to provisional pole. Let's see if he can piece one together. He's currently... Oh, he's dancing.
Yeah, he got out into the marbles. You're not going to have any traction out there.
Sector 1 takes a lot of patience. A lot of patience before you can get back on the throttle.
Especially with these mid-engine cars, the car is, you have to be so patient to get back on the power, otherwise you're going to have a massive amount of understeer and it's just going to wash out from you.
There is zero runoff, no forgiveness.
Yeah, Mr. Boardman is down 1.5 seconds, so we're going to let him do his thing elsewhere. Big mover here is D. Ambrose, currently in P6 with 4/10 of improvement. That would put him well up the board. got the same livery, so it's looking like these guys are teammates. And if that's the case, P3 and P6 at the moment, that's a pretty formidable couple. Oh, misses the apex.
Oh, he does not. Yeah.
Powers out. He's still going to improve, but he definitely left like 3 or 4 tenths on the table in that last corner. He's going to be kicking himself. That does jump him up to P4, though.
Got a few laps left.
Someone in the comments in the chat makes a very astute observation. It's Damiani versus the Audis.
It is. It really is.
Stay strong, brother.
You see he's struggling for traction through here, but he's still carrying some momentum. He's right on par with his current lap. Let's see if he can make up those tenths in the last chicane. If so,
air traffic control.
He does get a better exit out of that corner than the previous lap.
Keeps it down. See how much of the curbs he cuts here.
He's right in line with his lap. Come on, hit this braking zone. Oh, he misses it again.
Oh, man.
Too
he might
eager.
be getting a little confident. He currently has the best sector 3 time. He might be trying to push it a little further, but he might have already maxed out.
He has 4 tenths on that last corner in the bag. He just needs to put one in. He just needs to put one in. Another new face.
Got time in qualifying.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got time to go back out there. Another new face is N Tower. He's currently sitting in P12, a very respectable time.
Yeah, Nick's actually got the best sector 1 time.
It's a very good observation.
He's about a tenth up on his lap right now. Enough to take him to P10.
Evan, can you count how many people are in the 30-second mark, please? Just for the crowd.
It's going to take a while. Here we go.
From P3, I'll spare you. From P3 down to P23. Okay?
Good
That's
God.
insane. The rest of the grid...
It's going to be an exciting race.
Yeah. The rest of the grid from 24 to 35 is in the 31s. And then the rest are in the 32s or 33s. That's insane. We still only have the 2 and the 29s. Towers second down in his time. Let's see if we can find someone. C. Gould has been very quick in the practice races, I've been noticing. He's currently in P4 and about 1/10 up. He just lost a tenth in that corner. And commentators curse collects him.
Man.
We'll look
That's
away.
That's not right there. If he hit the curb and land just barely wrong, there's not much you can do to save it at all. That's sad to see.
Good to see him going back out, though.
Yeah, he's hungry for that last lap. Hopefully he has enough time. This is a short enough track that he might be able to get so.
I find it takes about 2 laps to warm up the tires here. What about you guys?
Easily.
That's about right. It's such a short track. It's easy to get back and start another lap, but the tires might not be there yet.
That and the track is a little bit cooler than these drivers are accustomed to in the practice server, so they're definitely going to have to worry about getting that tire temp up. I don't know if they're going to have sufficient amount of time at this point leaving the pits now. Foguth, as we were talking about tire temp, scorches that track P2 with a 129.8.
Damiani's got a fellow driver up there to help him fight the Audis, or maybe keep him off his tail.
He's not going to be happy about it. The McLaren versus his Aston Martin. The McLaren is very quick around this track for everything except the chicane. So if he can get out front of Damiani and just hold him up, that's a very good position for Foguth. But yeah, after Foguth and Damiani in P1 and P2, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 consecutive Audi drivers. That's insane. But what I'm glad to see is we have a Lamborghini in Anderson in P10. I love drivers with the Lamborghini. I like diversity on the grid. A. Daniel with a in P11 with the McLaren. I think that's his best qualifying performance so far ever. Fickert in the Bentley again. I love the diversity. A Honda NSX on track. That's news to me. I love to see it. A Ferrari.
That's a bold strat.
Yeah, Ferrari, Honda's, Mercedes of. Oh my gosh. It's Proenza. Evan, do you remember this guy?
I do, and he is blacked out this season. He came to kill. He's I think he was in the purple last season.
The commentator's curse collection.
He came to kill himself.
Okay, he did. I shouldn't have said anything. I'm sorry, Tony.
we'll come back to him because he's always crazy deep in battles on track. But someone improving quite a bit is Nathan Schaefer. Well, he had 3/10 up as the camera tries to find him. No improvement. That's his last lap. Anyone improving? It's not looking like that's the case right now. Tower is very, very close. He's one of the few people that still have the ability to put on a good lap. Evan, can you put it on M. Cassie in P39? He's 5/10, almost 6/10 up.
I am on him, and it looks like this could be enough to bump him up a position over Martinez if he's able to keep it clean. Lost a little bit of time there in the hairpin. He's going to have to make something happen here in the last chicane. Oh,
we were just moved from his teammate, so coincidental. But yeah, here we go. He's going to push it over the finish line from 39th. Stays 39th. He lost so much time in that last sector. That stinks. All right. Well, we are going to be switching gears over to the next session. So I'm going to hit drive and spare everybody all that extra stuff on screen.
I'd like to give my salute to Dustin Fickert. He broke up the Audi party.
He did sit in P8. I think that's his best qualifying performance we've seen. A product of him getting moved down to this Division 2. Like we said earlier, I hope these guys can put something together this season. This Bentley Boys Club thick team, they're in prime position over these Division 2 drivers to make something happen in that golden black Bentley.
I see Aiden Grover in the chat saying that he's stuck in the 32s, that the Lambo sucks around here. Any car that can't take a curb is not going to do well here. I can attest to that driving the McLaren for Division 1. But yeah, we all know, Aiden, that you're crazy quick. You'll be able to definitely put it to them throughout the race. But yeah, there's a gaggle of Ferrari, Lambo, Ferrari, McLaren, Ferrari, Porsche, right at the 36th through 31st. So those are all the cars struggling over these curbs. But obviously, like we've previously discussed, the Audi's having absolutely no trouble around this track. But yeah, Damiani manages to stick it on pole and keep it there. Maybe our homage to him at the beginning of the stream has really boosted his ego and got him to motivate him a little bit that much extra. What are your thoughts, Durant?
I think we ought to send him a roll of Gorilla Tape for his wheel just to hold it together. I'd hate to see it come apart mid-race again.
If it's not technical difficulties, it's someone taking him out of the race, or both. The poor guy needs to have 1 hour of his life go well. That being said, Evan, who's your favorite to win the race tonight?
Looking at the qualifying position here, I think Boardman might have a good shot. He's, like you said, he's surprisingly fast from what I've seen in the practice races. And to see him up in P3 in qualifying, you know he's capable of, doing it more than once. He's not just a fluke kind of driver. So new face on the grid for Season 3. I'd like to see him take it tonight.
Oh, who just disconnected?
I see someone is gone on the grid.
Oh, I feel for you. That happened to me last night. Who is that? 1, 2, 3. Is that? Oh, I guess we can't tell. They're not in the server anymore. Or can we? Was that?
Everyone
that was
just moved
Jose
up.
Guzman.
Everyone just moved up. So, it must. Was it Jose Guzman?
It was Jose Guzman.
Oh,
No.
That's brutal.
Josh Arnold calls it in chat. He says a Guzman. That sucks, man. I mean, you practice all week. You put it near, at least in the top 10. You put it near pole, and you're ready to race, and then you just disconnect. Ay.
My condolences, Jose. That was brutal, man.
And hopefully he can get reconnected and at least start from the pit lane before the guys come around to take the green flag. Sucks that he qualified so well and then it ended up disconnecting there, but he might still have a chance to make something happen. We'll see.
Yeah, someone asked if he just was stuck in the pits. No, his car is legitimately gone. There's no presence of him on track whatsoever. He will be able to rejoin. Hopefully that is the case for him. You will see him pop up in the pits, but if that's the case, but you still have to wait on your controls. They're locked as everyone passes you, and your tires are ice blocks. It's just the worst case scenario for a driver. His brother Carlos, P9 though, representing the Guzmans.
I think by him disconnecting, they avoided a potential team order situation there.
Oh, so you're saying this is a big brain strategy?
Well, I think ideally he would have liked to start P8 versus the pits, but you know, it could have that might have saved a relationship there.
Is he back? He's back. He's in the pits.
He's got a mission, and he's got a mountain to climb.
We've seen this from Jose Guzman before, though, where he has to surge through the pits, through the grid, excuse me, to compensate for either a bad qualifying or something like that, or technical difficulty. And he always puts on an absolute show. So, Evan, make sure you keep an eye on him as the opening stints of this race come to fruition here. But we are doubling up here, coming close to what is the final chicane, and then we'll be off to the races, literally. Evan, I'm going to be hanging out towards the top 10. If you wouldn't mind catching the midfield, hopefully we can get a good scene of everybody on track. This is always the hardest part of the stream, but we're going to do our best here. All right, everybody, good luck. Season 3 opener for Division 2 at Zolder. Let's get it. Green, green, green. Here we go.
Away we go.
I'm already seeing some opportunities for 3 wide. Damiani gets away clean. Foguth is definitely pulling back a little bit.
Oh, madness in the midfield.
Carnage.
Oh, boy.
We have Carnage.
There is multiple cars facing sideways on the track back in the back half.
Evan, collect that replay while we watch the top. They're getting through. They're fine. We have some people mixing around. The front of the grid is getting away okay. Other cars further back are taking these turns nice. Still side by side. Looks like the majority of the grid has made it through, though. The first chicane, oh, we do see some carnage already.
Oh.
The pink Audi having to careen into the wall. I think that was Carlos Guzman. The front of the grid is still okay. Damiani's still driving away. Foguth chasing in tow. Gardner, Boardman, Ambrose all following suit. The order up the top hasn't changed one bit. They're just driving off. But the rest of the field, single file into the braking zones here. We have another incident, looks like into the first chicane. Yellow markers. These cars are all over. It looks like Martinez wants to go into the braking zone here. Heavy braking, heavy braking. People taking avoiding action.
Close calls left and right.
No kidding. We're going to skip back to the front here. We're on board with Gould. I'd say in the Audi, but it wouldn't add any clarification. There's so many.
Front of the grid not really shaking up too much besides Ambrose, who's made it up 5 places from P8 to P3.
Yeah, I'm going to go back.
And more contact. Oh, no.
I just caught the tail end of that.
Oh, man. Let's see if I can go back. Looks like they just came together coming into turn 2 there.
There is a section of cars that are literally all within 3, 4, 5 tenths of each other. All right here. This is insane. We're on board with Kyle Martin. He's right in the thick of it. A lot of drivers choosing to completely avoid the chicane. There's so many people here. We have to go to Helicam to get it all in the same frame. Duran, the gap from P21 down to P39 is all within under a second of each other.
This is phenomenal. Oh,
we just caught this here.
Over.
No. Oh, the back didn't make it out.
Let's catch a replay of it. So someone misses the chicane, comes back over, closes the door a little bit. They get sideways, and there's just an absolute accordion effect for a majority of the drivers.
I'm surprised we didn't see any full spins there.
Yeah, the whole grid kind of got lucky. They all sorted themselves out. Looks like Evan caught a little incident too with the SAT Ferrari.
Formigel just caught a little bit of that sausage curb on the inside and lost a couple spots there, trying to make a run and find a spot again here coming into turn 1.
Hey, Evan,
Yellow flag for... Oh, sorry, Duran, keep going.
I've got a message from Race Control telling you to check the incident tracking system.
Oh, affirmative, thank you.
Important part of our driver rating system is the incident collection log. We need to have that on board. Speaking of being on board, we're on board with Grover at the moment. Chasing Formigel, being chased by Wed. During the livery reveal, this purple and gold Lamborghini was a crowd favorite.
Is that a NorCal logo on the side of his Lambo?
It is. I was about to try and catch someone sending up the inside, and just as I did so, the driver comes screaming past. Didn't collect them, which was nice. What I was going to show you is just how close the Audi behind was, right before the braking zone. The chat calling carnage. This is very similar to what the Pro Division 1 race was like. A lot of people catching each other off guard a little bit. No harm in that. There's racing afoot. Speaking of racing, we have Holmes on Ruzek, the Porsche in front. Another crowd favorite livery, that Porsche, the Red Bull Porsche. But Holmes is looking to get the pass done.
Yeah, he's sitting less than half a second behind Ruzek.
Oh, A. Daniel has a moment. Oh, no. I'm going back. Side by side into this first turn. And, just kind of gets pit maneuvered as he comes across.
Oh, nice little bump into the tires there, too. Hope that's not too much damage for him.
He'll manage. What I will say is that the McLaren's very aero dependent, but it didn't look like it was too harsh on the car. He'll just have to lick his wounds and carry on. Further up the grid, Damiani is Scott 2 seconds free of Ambrose in P2 with the fastest lap. Foguth a couple seconds back, but Gardner and Boardman are duking it out for 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Up to Gardner to... Oh, actually, it's up to Foguth to keep his head cool. It's the name of the game in D2, I feel like, is just maintaining composure when you got people riding your bumper like that.
You're not wrong. Foguth has got this to contend with. This is where the McLaren's really strong in Sector 1. Really flowy section of track. Really good at maintaining that speed through the high-speed stuff. But you're going to see the Audi behind is going to come screaming up in the braking zone and hop that curb and close the gap instantaneously. Here it comes.
Oh, I see a yellow flag for Curtis Lee. It's a little off track there. He's gone. He's all right. He's all right.
Good. He keeps it going. The Bentley's a resilient car. We have some love for Rally in the chat. Rally's currently in P16. Uh-oh, we got a back marker situation here, it looks like. Little squirrely on exit, but overall he's keeping pace. Let's go look for some other people on track here. Speaking of, look at this gaggle of cars here. We have Rodriguez to Greer, Proenza to Rodriguez, Scott to Proenza. It's a train.
All of these guys gained from the carnage early on. They've all made up at least 5 positions.
Can't complain about that. This train is led by T. Greer in the super green Audi you see there in the top of your screen. Everyone else is just kind of following in order, hopefully biding their time. What you see there in 24th and 25th, though, are the Flying Ace Cadets of Rios and Jaworski, the sister team to the Division 1 Flying Aces, who actually won Division 2 last season. Uh-oh, we have a lot of yellow flags together. Yep, we came right back to it. Let's check it out.
Oh, welcome to the spin cycle.
34th through 37th. What happened here? Oh,
Huge
Carrie.
Oh,
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, goodness.
Kyle Turner absolutely impales the car as he hits him. The rest of the cars are just caught in the mix. That's really unfortunate. At that point, you guys are carrying so much speed, you can't brake. Otherwise, you're just going to spin out anyway. You have no control. Absolutely no control. Let's see how these guys manage to collect themselves as they go. G-Tesh needs to kind of just put his head down and get back into it.
Doesn't look like we have a lot of serious damage everywhere.
Yeah, I agree. Evan, do you mind covering Rally? Rally in P15 is 5 tenths behind Kovac in P14, and Daniel is 5 tenths behind Rally. That's going to be a good battle. But what we're looking at right now is turn 1. Nathan Schaefer in the McLaren, Constantine in the Ferrari behind. All these cars, again, super close to each other. You see Constantine in the rearview mirror at the top of your screen. Schaefer chasing down Rios and Scott. And
Here goes Rally. Oh, thought he had him. Oh, 1-1 and then lost it again to Alex Daniel there, picking up a freebie.
Schaefer's taking a peek at the Audis in front too. Big braking zone here into the chicane.
Oh, there goes Daniel. Oh, caught it off the wing cam. Oh, man.
Oh, they're going side by side through the chicane. This is insane. These drivers are taking no prisoners in that second chicane. The cars are so close to each other, you have to use the helicam to get them all in the same scene here. Hard in the braking zone. 5 drivers through 1 section of track. Uh-oh, the Ferrari gets a compromised exit. Jaworski is trying to catch him up. Constantine manages the braking zone really well despite being on the inside line. We have a slow car in the apex.
Oh, this is where the pit exit gets spicy. This is where it really mixes things up. Hard to tell with just a train of cars coming around when you can safely exit the pits without making some enemies.
On board with M. Scott. He has several cars behind him just biding their time while he leads this train. Actually, it looks like it's right here. It's Proenza leading the train, and Scott's right behind him.
Proenza's got a 2-second gap to Daniel in front.
Scott's showing him a different look each time, trying to test Proenza's ability to stay clean under pressure. Oh
Proenza not
no!
cracking.
Oh,
We saw Rios
Oh, boy.
collect in the back there. That was just rough to see.
Massive gap builds behind him.
Let's see if I can catch this here. I think I clicked on the wrong driver here, but we can probably see it anyway.
oh, Austin Gardner lost it, and the launch pad chicane fell off out of P3. He's losing spots quick.
All right, this Skagway car is kind of settling down after that incident, but right behind is Holmes, followed by Rios, Grover, Formigel, and Scott again. So the drivers that were just in that incident back at it again, trying to fight back and gain some extra positions. You can see all of them right on top of each other. And it's going to get hairy in a turn, the first chicane. Duran, do we have any big winners or big losers this race for positions yet?
We have Kovac in P14. He's made up 16 places.
That's awesome.
He's definitely the biggest gainer. The biggest loser is Cranky at the bottom. He probably retired from the race, so I can't see the pits at the moment. It looks like he lost 26 places. I'd like to take a moment to appreciate Jose Guzman, who is fighting back. It's early in the race. He's already back up to P25 from the pits. So plenty of time to build even further on that. Yeah, we got massive shakeups all over the board. Aside from the top 8, and even in there's been a couple that have gained 6, 7 positions.
Good deal. So definitely people taking advantage of the carnage, getting out ahead.
Saw Formigel take a nice little scare there from Ricky Rios in the Audi spinning in front of him.
Now on board with Gardner. He's got P9 subquisition. Evan, you're always so cultured. How would you pronounce that?
Subquisition.
Subquisition, yeah. Pretty in the Honda. Chasing down Gardner, and we have Anderson chasing down Subquisition in the Honda. The NSX got no love until the recent update, and I'm glad to see it back on track. Look at the legs in this Audi.
I always hated the Honda. Oh no, oh Jose, no, 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 no. Oh, right when I switched to him, he comes together with the car, and oh, after all that work, he's fallen back again. Ah, man,
now
I gotta stop.
Of it.
He really is.
Through.
He's still got time. He's got time. But man, that's gonna be frustrating, even on top of the disconnect there before the race started. He's got even more work to do now.
Yeah, it looks like. I was going to say we were both on board with Holmes. Holmes fighting through turn 1. And I'm back on board with Jaworski, who's chasing Rodriguez. There are battles all over this track.
Jaworski is about half a second faster on that last lap than Rodriguez, so it looks like he's catching him pretty quick.
I have to go here. They're going side by side. A. Daniel decides to back out a little bit, but he's battling Thomas Greer. 2 green cars. Green with Envy on track position here. Let's see what they can muster.
He's riding close. Let's see if Greer will crack.
Daniel brave on the brakes.
Goes a little deep there. That Audi just takes off. That's incredible. Daniel's shown he can follow pretty safely.
Alex is putting on a scorcher. Carries so much more speed through that first turn.
He's got a lift to avoid impregnating Greer.
I'm sure Greer wouldn't mind. They'd have beautiful children together, but at the end of the day, this is racing, not sodomy. So let's keep moving on.
That's a reminder. This stream is sponsored by Trojan.
Many thanks
And
to
the
the
Bentley
BB
Boys Club.
Yeah, the Bentley Boys Club. Absolute knuckleheads. They have a team in each division. They're conglomerates taking over the league.
Oh boy, finally Holmes gets the move done on Schaefer there. That took quite a while, but he got him there in the chicane. I think he's safe now. That was awesome racing there for a while between Holmes and Schaefer.
I'm looking down the grid. There are some other battles going on, but the closest is A. Daniel and T. Greer. And these guys, as of last season, just had a lot of bad luck. I'm glad to see they're on track, duking it out, having a good time. Thomas Greer posted a meme earlier in the Discord talking about how season 3 is his season. He's hoping that he can have it a good one.
That was an absolutely phenomenal meme.
Thomas Greer
I'm going
is
to
one
jump
for
up to the
content.
front here. Damiani must have made a mistake because Ambrose is right on his bumper now.
Daviani had a 3-second gap before this. He must have taken quite the, or must have had quite the moment. Yeah, he's at 1.3 seconds down on his best lap.
I'll cover Damiani here off the wing as Ambrose attacks. Ambrose does have the fastest lap, but only by 300ths. They're running basically identical pace, these two.
And they're running 10 seconds in front of P3 already. So they've dropped everyone behind him.
Damiani's advantage has disappeared, and now it's going to come down to pit strategy. Who's going to come out on top? Just got to collect yourself again. Can't let one mistake lead to many more.
Ambrose keeping it tight through there. He's having looks. He's having some peaks. He's thinking about it for sure. But he can't quite catch up just yet. At this rate, he'll be there in a second. His gap is down to 0.4. 0.4.
This track isn't so narrow. It's so hard to pass. The best way to pass is just to force your opponent into a mistake, which is exactly what Ambrose is doing. He's just applying constant pressure, letting Damiani know that, hey, buddy, I'm here. I'm just waiting for you to make a move.
I'm here and I'm here to party.
Is that your Tinder profile description?
It is now.
Driving, vibing, and thriving.
Sponsored by Jacob Wolfman.
That character, Jacob Wolfman, is racing in D3 at the moment, so if you guys haven't already, you can tune into the D3 stream on Twitch that's happening simultaneously. I'm sure that's an absolute hoot going on over there, too. This is our first season with 3 divisions. Can you believe it?
That's
It's
incredible.
insane how big the community has grown in such a short span of time.
Ficker from downtown.
In your picture-in-picture. Oh, speaking of the devil, Ambrose from downtown, and Damiani gives him a little shove. But Ambrose gets the move done up the inside. What a freaking pass. That was clean. He says, I'll take that and keep on going.
You see Ambrose there has the purple lap, so you know he's got the pace. He's got clean air now. He's got a rung away from Damiani.
Damiani's not going to roll over. He wants that spot back. He wants as he goes off a little bit. He needs to settle down.
Maintain composure here.
Composure is the word I've been looking for the entire stream. Thank you, Duran.
I am a thesaurus.
We're switching over to Astolfo here in P6. He's got Gould and Gardner behind the two of them. All driving the Audi, it's going to lend itself to be difficult to pass one another simply because each car has the exact same strengths and weaknesses. So you can't exploit one another. You just have to wait for that mistake to happen on track.
Yeah, unless you're running completely different aero levels, I mean, it's going to be hard to find a window if you guys are driving at the same pace.
Speaking of the pit window, in 2 minutes, a 10-minute pit window is going to open. Drivers have to take at least 1 liter of fuel. They do not have to take tires. Some drivers elect to take tires, which takes about 30 seconds. Taking 1 liter of fuel takes 3 seconds. So there's a pretty stark difference there, which lends itself to some strategy. Taking extra tires, you're going to have better grip on track, which lends itself well to some of the lesser experienced drivers that feel more comfortable on how well they can push the car throughout the entire race. But it does cost them 27 seconds difference to someone who doesn't. But if you have one off because your tires are lacking grip, it could cost you more than 27 seconds. It could cost you your entire race. So a lot to weigh there. And these drivers are getting real close to the chicane here, guys.
Yeah, a lot of time to be made up in the pits. That's why it's key. Although Ambrose might have made the race-winning move on Damiani could definitely take it back in the pits.
These drivers are going to have to go around one more time before the pit window opens. Oh, goodness. Evan's looking at something real awkward down the picture-in-picture.
I think that's Cassie there. I think he's under blue flags right now as he's holding up some of the front runners behind. A little bit of contact there from the Aperture Racing McLaren from behind.
Just gotta stay patient with the blue flags. Yes, you're entitled to pass them, but don't collect yourself when... Oh, this is gonna be awkward.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Okay, there we go. Finding space.
There's still people screaming up behind him.
Oh, we got Alex Daniel in the sand gravel there, excuse me.
Whatever that substance is, it's not where you want to be.
I remember he picked up some front aero damage from a front end collision earlier, so he might be feeling that coming into those braking zones and trying to get the car turned in.
Especially in the McLaren.
You're not wrong, gentlemen. So Ambrose has drove off, and he's now built a 2-second gap to Damiani. Damiani has a 10-second gap to Boardman in P3. Fickert 4 seconds behind that. Foguth 2 seconds. Well, actually 1 second now. Just caught up a lot of time to Fickert. But other than that, P5 from Foguth back is looking pretty close, and that's what we're looking at right now, right on your screen. That's P5 in the white McLaren at the front. As you see a BBC car pit window open. Duran, what are your thoughts on pit strategy?
You know, it's tough to say. I think it's dependent on who's sitting in front of you, right? Because you don't want to get held up by cars in front of you. So if you have that opportunity to avoid trying to pass those blue flags, then you may as well dive into the pits and save yourself some time on track. And then, of course, your outlap has to be a freaking flamer. Not a flamer. That's a terrible word. I'm sorry.
I thought you were a thesaurus, Duran. Go to a different page. For all of those in the community that were offended by Duran, I apologize. But at the end of the day, what we're doing in this booth is off the cuff, and it is quite difficult. But he's not wrong. You need to have a flaming lap to be quicker.
Thank you. Thank you. Doug to the rescue. Wow. I don't think I can forgive myself for that one.
We'll forgive
but anyways, your outlap has to be quick.
Well, the scary thing about coming into the pits early like that is you might come out behind some of the guys further back the field who might not have that same pace. So you may be relieving yourself of being stuck behind a driver up front, but you might find yourself behind a driver towards the back who hasn't pitted yet.
It's true, and without a race engineer, it's kind of a crapshoot as to where you're going to come out.
Are you saying that there are some sister teams in this league that offer engineering services for their fellow teams?
I'm saying there might be some unpublicized services going around.
I don't know what kind of services you're into, Duran, but I think the services that other large conglomerates offer for their sister teams is a very great opportunity for lesser experienced drivers to benefit on track.
And with that, we're going to retire the word services. So add that to the list.
Evan, during these pit window, do cars get serviced quite a bit?
No.
Yeah, service is absolutely necessary for everybody on track. Keep that in mind. Everybody gets a taste.
What are you looking at? P14 with a move.
Yeah, 14 there, Holmes, who we caught earlier in a battle. Oh man, he's mopping him up. He's
that looks like a
he's
back
working his
marker he
way.
was passing by Kyle Martin.
Okay, that would make sense. He's putting together quite a race, really consistent, qualified in P17. So to find himself up 3 positions here in P14, he's making a little progress. It's a slow burner, but he's doing it the right way.
Sounds good. Moving back to the grid, we have Rodriguez in P15, starting the train here for P16, Kovac, 17th Daniel, and 18th Ficker. And then a little bit ahead, you do have Holmes that we just talked about.
The only person in the top 17 who's pitted is Boardman so far. So it looks like everybody up top is waiting.
Yeah, Rodriguez has an off, and now he's under duress from Daniel. He did lose a couple positions from 14th to 16th. He did recover quite smoothly, though, so not too much of a time loss. As we see Kovac enter the pits. Alex Daniel almost punting Rodriguez. Yikes.
Those McLaren brakes are, well, I have no kind words for them. It's hard to judge the braking zone when you're trailing someone.
You're being too generous. They are terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Yeah, so all credit to Daniel for avoiding contact there.
Daniel gets a much better run than our Rodriguez, I need to specify, because we do have an E Rodriguez in the race also. There's a back marker coming to the apex. It's going to be awkward for Daniel, as the helicam doesn't show anything. And Daniel is under duress from Foguth, about to send it up the inside. This is going to be ugly.
Oh, he comes over on him.
Oh.
Daniel had no room on the outside, so he has to come in across, and Foguth gets taken out as he's trying to make the corner. There's just no room there for that. You can't pass in a chicane side by side. That only fits one car.
That almost reminds me of like motocross racing, where you try to make a pass, but a jump's coming up, and there's not much you can do to steer the car when you're in the air like that. It's, you're playing with fire there, trying to make a pass in the air.
You're not wrong. You got to pick, especially on this track, you have to pick when you want to make your move. Sometimes it's better just to tuck in behind. But Foguth went for the move, and Daniel said, I'm staying here. And it resulted in what you saw on screen.
Pit window closing in 3.5 minutes. We got a handful of people in the top 10 that still haven't pitted, including your top 3.
Who are you most impressed with at the moment?
The answer, I mean, so many guys have made lots of moves just taking advantage of some of this carnage. So we've kind of, as we see some more here, there's another one. It's tough to stay consistent on this track, and we're seeing the guys that can keep it together and keep it clean, taking advantage. We see Hartman sitting fourth there on our screen. I think he's still yet to pit, so he'll come out a little ways back, but already he's put together quite a race. I'm pretty impressed with where he's at. As there we go, he dives into the pits. We'll see where he comes out after he gets his service.
You know what I have noticed? I have yet to see a drive-through or a stop-go 30.
Okay, don't speak too soon. We still got 2 minutes left here.
Is the pit board still intact? Are we able to tell?
Well, that's a good question. Let's see the next person going in, Evan. Let's see if you can catch it. Very little action on track at the moment. Well, we see Alex Daniel going in. I don't see the pit board. I couldn't catch it in time.
So maybe people are just playing it safe.
Maybe. So Jose Guzman has pitted, and he's back on track, and he is, oh God, chasing Subkizishin. I need to get with you and give me a breakdown, please. In the Honda, he's chasing him down. This is the closest battle on track, and Evan's got what looks like Ambrose going around, but there's also a battle towards the back with Formigal and Jitesh Katavkar. My goodness. My apologies, Jitesh. They're duking it out too. They're teammates, so they need to be respectful of one another. To Duran's point, though, the pit window is closing in 1 minute. Cars are coming out of the pit exit, filing into traffic. Very dangerous.
Here's an interesting, interesting little fact. The only person that has yet to pit is your race leader, Ambrose. He's currently sitting 54 seconds above Damiani. And on average, it looks like a pit window is, or the pit total time is taking about 43 seconds. 40 seconds at the fastest.
Wow.
So he'll come out comfortably in front of Damiani if he can have a clean pit.
Well, he's screaming into the pits now. As on Evan's screen, some side-by-side action going on.
Yeah, Formigal took a little too much speed off there into turn one. Now he's led up a position to Katevkar and might be under fire again from who is Sud? Oh, that's Katevkar.
That's either Constantine or Martinez. That's their Ferrari.
Katevkar and Wed actually got let through there in the. Oh, is that? I'm sorry, that was Ricky Rios in the Audi.
Right now on your main screen, we have Rally chasing down Thomas Greer, both of which have completed their pit stops. The whole grid is done pitting now, so this is what position you're dealt with. Let's see what these drivers can make of it.
Oh, Ambrose was stopped for a long time.
He was. I'm going to hop on and see where he comes out.
8 seconds longer than Damiani.
Evan, can you... Never mind. Let's see here.
So he comes out just 2 seconds ahead of Damiani there. Must have been a bad pit stop for him, but he still got the advantage, 2-second gap over Damiani, and he will be on a little bit colder tires sitting in the pit box there. He's going to need to work the car hard and get the tires back up to temp.
I don't know if he was fixing damage or if he just had a lazy pit crew, because I think we all know the pit crew does not come to you.
They're a bunch of divas in the pit lane. They charge a premium for services rendered. See what I did there, Duran?
Services, the highlight word of the night.
I expected more of a absolutely gallant response from my counterparts with the dad joke going, but didn't get much. I was distracted a little bit earlier trying to get rid of some naughty people in the chat.
Are they advertising their services?
They are. They heard the word Tinder on stream and they went nuts.
The people go wild.
Oh, I caught Alex Daniel there getting loose and collecting his front end again in the wall. That's not good to see.
He's going to feel understeer for days.
With a third of the race left, that you hate to see that.
I'm wondering if he neglected to fix the damage in the pit window and is still feeling the effects from that first collision, paid the price with another one.
This is incredible. I mean, Greer and Rowley are still going at it.
Greer has been putting on a defensive clinic the entire race. First it was against Alex Daniel, now it's against Rowley. As you see, a very sad Mercedes driving pass by. I don't know which one that is, whether that's Proenza or Kyle Martin, but that hood is a bouncing.
That was definitely Proenza.
Yikes.
Unfortunate.
Welcome back to the league, my friend. Let's hope for a better week 2. It is in the wet. I'm not sure how the Mercedes is in the wet, but it definitely rewards drivers that are very in control of their car. Maybe not the fastest in the dry, but if you can manipulate your car well, you do really well in the wet. But Greer's just putting on a show. He's had someone in his rearview mirror the entire time.
Before and after the pits. I mean, just for them to come out at the same point.
He really hasn't put a foot wrong from what I've been seeing either.
It looks like Rowley had a pit that was 9 seconds longer, so I don't know. I guess maybe Greer pit first, and then... I don't recall Rowley making the move on Greer ever.
Rowley's probably pushing through the grid. Greer was fighting against Daniel, and then Daniel probably had a little bit of a longer pit stop to fix damage, and then you saw him collect himself a second time.
I see.
It looks like, Evan, are you looking at Constantine and attacking Proenza?
I am.
Can you determine if Proenza is the Mercedes with the damage, or is it Martin?
Let's check on Proenza's car here. Try to get a view from the front. Oh, as we see a Honda sideways there. Yes, Proenza does have a busted up front end there, nursing the car for the next 20 minutes.
Oof.
I'm looking here at Holmes. Into the chicane, we have 3 cars. Gets tagged by the Porsche trying to just turn in. Gets back on track, says retribution instantaneously. Eye for an eye, but ultimately the Porsche does get by of Kovac. And now Holmes is under duress from wet in the Audi behind. A little bit awkward on track sometimes, but at the end of the day, these drivers are staying alive and fighting tooth and nail for these positions. As you see, Holmes lets by the Audi. That must have been a car further up the grid. Who is that?
Hard to say.
We can look right here. Car 132? Oh, that's Astolfo P4. Yeah, so you definitely want to get out of his way. Don't punt him, please. You don't, as a blue flag, you do not want to mess with the leaders. That's bad news. Bad karma.
Astolfo's only got a 3.5 second gap to P3, which is Boardman, so he's in contention for a podium.
Constantine's still attacking Proenza. As I come on board, they go side by side.
Oh, great stuff. Way to give each other space.
Proenza is battling his heart out with a broken car. Constantine being patient, driving like a gentleman.
Constantine's arrow looks busted. Look at his rear diffuser. It's shredded.
Aiden Grover in the chat saying another DNF for NorCal. What's the story there, buddy? What happened? We missed it on stream, but I see that we started this race with 39 drivers and we're down to 36. And then, while discussing that, Constantine does get by Proenza.
I just caught another McLaren eating it in turn 2. That was Nathan Schaefer, who I was talking up earlier in the race as being clean and consistent. And that turn just must not be good for the McLaren. I've seen a couple of guys just wash out and lose the front end.
As you say that, Paula Hartman and his
No.
teammate is off too.
Oh, man.
We're going to take it back a little bit. Let's see what happened. Oh, brakes in the grass. You're not going to stop there, and then cars get by him. Greer and Rally get by Hartman in that corner by doing that. Respectful driving from Hartman, though. He was about to come back on track in Rally's way and snatches the steering wheel back. Oh, he's going into the pits to get something fixed. Yikes. You hate to see that.
Yeah, he took a pretty solid hit there into the wall, and 17 minutes left to go. It's maybe worth fixing the car. We'll have to see where he ends up at the end of the race.
Now on board with Carlos Guzman. Currently in P10. A great performance from him. He's chasing down Damian Martinez in the red and blue Ferrari in front. And you have Eduardo Rodriguez. Not Eduardo Rodriguez, just E. Rodriguez in the Audi behind. Is that Eduardo?
It is.
I believe so.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was going to say. That it was coming to mind. Off the tongue. He's in P11. That's an absolutely incredible performance from him. I know he was super stoked in the preseason when he was performing well at Kyalami, and it's great to see it translate to the official races of the season.
Blue flags on the straight, but nobody getting out of the way. Everyone's here to race.
You don't need to get out of the way, do you?
I'm here for it.
Oh, what are we seeing here? Curtis Lee and Tower going side by side through Sector 1.
If Curtis gets a good run out of this turn 4, if I'm not mistaken, he might be able to catch him at the end of the straight. Oh, but he just misses the apex. Probably, yep, runs on the grass. He shred a lot of speed if you run out onto the dirt there.
Yeah, but it looks like Tower... Oh my goodness!
Oh, goes for the dive!
Oh boy.
That was not intentional from him. That was a pucker moment where he was not going to make the braking zone and just yeeted it over the curbs to save the life of Tower. Now he has to make up a second gap, regain his confidence back in the braking zones. But Curtis is flying around the track right now. He's pushing for a top 10. He wants it real bad. You can see it in his driving. More action from Greer, though, it looks like, as we'll stay in touch with Curtis to see if he can catch up. But what are you looking at right now, Evan?
Down in P34 with John Foguth, who Oh, contact ahead of him. That was Ruzic and Cassie finding each other in the same spot in turn 1. But Foguth, he qualified P2 and has lost 31 positions. Do we remember what happened to Foguth this race?
We did cover when he had a little moment with, was that Daniel? Was that right?
Oh, okay. I'm looking at the data here. He has pitted 3 times this race, so he must have picked up some damage, maybe twice outside of the pit window, and had to come in to fix it.
Yikes. Curtis is closing in
already
here.
Taking it back. That was quick.
He has the pace. He has a quick maths 6/10 advantage in terms of best lap advantage over Tower in front. So he's pushing. Tower has the obligation of just keeping it clean. That'll keep Curtis at bay.
Tower's got blue flags to get through, though. Well, I guess Curtis has to go through them as well, but that might we might shake things up here.
Evan's looking at what looks like Kovac and Schaefer dancing. And
Yeah,
then
Kovac looked for the move there on Schaefer and then didn't quite get the drive out that he was looking for. And I think that's one of the front runners in the Audi that he let by at the same time. Just kind of caught at the wrong time there. Oh,
Right.
it's going to be madness into the chicane again, 2x2.
Everyone managed okay, except the Porsche. Oh my goodness!
Gosh. Oh, wow. Okay. Crazy. There wasn't car-on-car contact or car-on-wall contact there. Well saved from Kovac somehow.
That he split the difference real nice.
He did.
Back on with Greer, and guess what's happening? More rally in the mirror.
Does he even know Rally's behind him?
Hey, it's proving that he's either super calm under pressure and he's feeling good in the car, and this isn't phasing him whatsoever, or he's completely oblivious to him and he's just driving around in circles. Knowing Thomas, he knows he's there and he's putting a showstopper of a race together right now.
This might be an alpha strategy. Turn off your virtual rearview mirror and turn off the lap time leaderboard.
And then just put your head down and hope for the best.
No idea where you are. You just drive.
Driving in blissful ignorance. Not a bad idea. I know one driver that would help out tremendously, Tyler. Tyler, easily distracted.
The one lap wonder.
He can put a few together.
Oh, he can.
But don't talk to him.
Don't say it too loud.
Yeah, goodbye. I'm his teammate, so I can talk a little bit. I was complaining about an incident in yesterday's race, and it distracted him, and then he had his own incident. It's just kind of correlated that way, but we'll see. I'm gonna give him your suggestion, Durand, of just turning everything off.
Yeah, absolutely everything. Drive with an empty screen.
Not a bad idea.
No speedometer. No gears. No throttle brake inputs. It's just you and the road, the open road.
It looks like Proenza and Wed are duking it out, switching positions. Can you cover that, Evan?
I got you.
Down in P25. Yeah, Proenza and the Mercedes ahead. I'm going to give some love to Gould here. Gould is chasing Fickert.
Oh, boy. Don't want to go that way.
Give us the 15 seconds of fame there.
Wow. Proenza covering the inside and kind of spooked Wed, and I think Wed might have just missed his braking point there. Yeah, and then goes off into the grass. Can't stop.
Proenza missed the corner entirely, too, and had someone else coming up on him, whether that was a lead car or not. Who's to say?
Yeah.
But
I think they were both driving, looking at each other instead of the road.
You're not kidding. Well, we're sub 10 minutes in the race, and I feel like this race has gone on forever. There's been so much action.
Oh, we got battles all over the board. I mean, all the way up to Damiani and Ambrose. Damiani's holding the gap.
Oh, Curtis. Okay, well saved.
Still showing on my timing sheet that Curtis is still only less than a second behind that car in front, Tower, so he saved his little incident.
Yep, that could have been bad for both him and Tower, but they both got going again. Scary, scary moment there, though.
No kidding. We're on board with Gould, who's chasing Fickert, and behind him is Anderson. Actually, no, that's wrong. That's a back marker McLaren. So ignore that blue McLaren behind. It's not fighting for position.
Yeah, Anderson's 10 seconds behind Gould, so he's a little further down the road.
Yep, no doubt. Rally got passed by Scott. So Rally was hanging out in Greer's rearview mirror for the entire race, and then managed to let Scott through, and we missed it. So kudos to Scott for getting through. This lime green McLaren looks really good, though.
Mike Scott and the non-Dunder Mifflin sponsored Ferrari.
You know,
That's a missed opportunity.
Yeah, but Dunder Mifflin's budget has been pretty bad lately. You know, if you've watched the older episodes, they weren't doing so good.
It was definitely bleeding out.
If they stopped pranking each other so much and focused on selling paper products, probably would have been better off. But yeah, Rally has been putting the pressure on all race. He's probably exhausted. Oh, as we say that, he has a moment in the dirty
keep
air.
it out of the wall.
He did. But now we have the Honda behind and Sub Kishishin right on him. So hopefully, oh boy.
Oh, not again.
Oh boy, get out of those marbles. Yep, come on, pull it together. Yep, the Honda gets through. Now he's got Jose Guzman to contest with. He's just having bad luck.
Rally plays Dirt Rally too, for sure.
I'll get him in the SRA Dirt section of the Discord. We have a blast in there.
Oh, that car control. I mean, where else do you learn it?
A crash course in how to crash. That's my experience with Dirt.
Terminal damage. Guaranteed.
Can I get an F in the chat for Douglas, Duran, and Evans terminal damage on Dirt 2.0? That game is fun as hell, though.
Oh, it's a blast. It's nice to get into a different discipline than GT3 sometimes.
Yeah, we focus so much on ACC GT3, and it's fun, but it's definitely good to mix things up, keep you on your toes.
How many places is Greer made up?
Quite a few. So right now, both Evan and I are covering Carlos Guzman. He's chasing down Eduardo Rodriguez in the green Audi in front. You could ignore the car behind Mr. Guzman. That is a back marker. Oh, Carlos is putting the pressure on Eduardo.
Similar machinery. Audi on Audi.
It looks like Carlos is just so much faster, though.
Has a look on the inside, might compromise his exit. Oh, Eduardo thought he was coming in. Left him space just in case. Let's see if Guzman has another look. Probably not. He's not close enough. And Eduardo takes off.
You got a crazy exit there.
Carlos went a little deep, so he had a bad exit. That difference lending itself to about another 8/10 gap. But Carlos has been screaming around the track. He's going to make up that difference really quickly.
Is that a back marker in front of Eduardo?
That looks like Proenza. It's definitely a back marker.
Oh
boy.
Eduardo picking an interesting time to pass.
That's 660. Oh boy,
Where's Carlos gonna go?
Oh boy.
Here we go.
We've seen this before.
Oh, look at the braking.
Oh,
look at the braking.
The back marker. What's going on here? That was Proenza in the Mercedes, taking a very unique line, to say the least.
Oh boy. Back at the front, Damiani is within half a second of the race leader, Ambrose.
I'll cover that while you cover this. Ambrose either had a mistake or Damiani is just screaming, but it's looking right now that Damiani is in the hunt.
It's a bit of both. Damiani's Delta was positive there for a second until he had some incident, and then Ambrose is 0.6 down on his best.
Probably got a little squirrely.
So at this stage, you start to, well, you might have already started to feel the tires going, but Zolder's fairly forgiving relative to other tracks. So the tire deg isn't too bad here.
This camera angle is so funny. It doesn't know what it's doing. It just kind of pans over like, oh yeah, sorry.
Dylan's Delta's oh wow, it's going down. He's making up time.
I think the pressure is getting to him. That and his tires are probably feeling like crap. We are now with almost just over 3 minutes left in the race. The tires are feeling genuinely terrible. Even my brakes were feeling terrible yesterday. So this track is definitely pushing the car to its limits. This camera angle is terrible. Ambrose needs to hold on. Neltak in the comments section saying, make the Audi wide, as if it's not wide enough already.
Thing is a barn door. What's your guys' attitude at this stage in the race? You bring it home, or are you trying to go for desperate moves?
I'm usually a pretty safe driver. I'd be plenty happy with P2 here, but you know, you got to be ready. If Ambrose makes even a little bobble, you got to be ready to take advantage.
You can taste P1. It's so close.
I keep the pressure on, but I'm not doing anything crazy. Like Evan said, if there's a mistake, I'm gonna pounce. I did tell someone I was gonna use that phrase in the chat. This is a perfect opportunity. I would wait to pass when someone else makes a mistake, and when that person makes a mistake, I can pounce to pass. And I thought that alliteration always sounded so good. So not only are we teaching you about thesauruses, alliteration, services rendered, you're getting an education along with your racing today.
I don't know why any of you go to college anymore. You should just tune into SRA's stream. Well, I guess that would be a high school education, but regardless,
Try
get your
third
value
grade.
here.
We'll learn your colors, your alphabet, and how to take an apex.
Oh, we'll teach you shapes.
I guess we could learn some geometry, you know, at the different tangents and different linear paths that the car can take. All right, you guys, after this lap, it's probably going to be one more lap after this. Let's see how Ambrose manages to hold on. For those of you in chat, there's 27 viewers at the moment. I want to see names in the chat as to who your driver of the day is. We will announce it at the end of the stream as to who the community choice is.
You guys have a vote?
I'm going to go last.
Okay.
All right, I'll take it first. If Ambrose takes it and gets the win here, he's got to be the driver of the day. He qualified P8, so not an easy feat to make his way up here to the front. We saw he slipped past Damiani early and has stayed there for the whole race. Absolutely perfect driving from him. If he can just do this last lap here. What about you, Duran?
Officially, I'd also give it to Ambrose. Unofficially, I'd give it to Thomas Greer. I mean, he is either completely ignoring what's going on behind him, or he's got ice in his veins. I mean, there's no in between.
I like the Thomas Greer pick. He's definitely got to your point, like my fan favorite pick. In terms of overall performance, as a stark difference from last season to this season, I have to give it to Damiani. If he holds on for P2, I think this is going to be one of his best finishes ever. As Ambrose has a little bit of a moment, Damiani's closing the gap. Oh, come on. This is the last lap. What's going to happen?
This would be a really bad time for a mechanical real-life failure for Josh. Imagine if the wheel just popped out right here. I'm going opposite commentator's curse. I don't know if that's taboo or not.
Ambrose gets a really bad exit.
Oh,
it's gonna be
run.
Go.
They're gonna finish
Saves
within
it.
0.3 of each other. That's incredible racing. Great job, guys. Ambrose is your race winner. Damiani takes it home at P2. Absolutely great. Boardman coming up for P3. We still have some last lap battles, it looks like, though, Evan. Who are you looking at?
We got Holmes on Kovac here. Just one more chicane to navigate for the checkered flag. One last shot. Right there, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. Kovac hangs on.
Nice.
We'll move back. There's a 3-car pack here with Rios, Proenza, and Formigal.
And I'm on board with Jaworski being hunted by Greer. Now Greer's got some space behind. He's on the hunt now.
Jaworski's
contact! Teammates! Oh no!
That cannot happen.
Last lap shenanigans.
That cannot happen. Under any circumstance can a teammate takes another teammate out.
That's not good for the program, people.
Formigal and Kotivkar got together, and Kotivkar is slow. He might be looking to get his teammate back in front. And he blows the last. Oh my goodness! With just a couple turns to go, Black Shark Racing just tosses away free positions there. That's unfortunate.
You guys,
our last driver here, Damian Martinez. He's parked. Is he out of gas?
That's what I'm looking at right now.
Taking a nap. Somebody get out and push.
What's going through the mind of this man? Why did I bring such little fuel? Who did my math for me? Where do I find a team that can engineer for me and tell me how much fuel I need before I get out of the car?
Somebody provide this man their services.
I can't wait to show the panic TV cam. Poor guy.
I mean, he's pulled off the racing line, so props to him. He's doing it safely.
This is a really cool promo video for the livery, but still, I mean, the cameraman's working the angles, but yeah, that's just really unfortunate for Damian Martinez after having a pretty good race.
Well, let's see what these guys behind him think of it. They're confused.
Genuinely, rightfully so. No one at this point is. They've all finished the race except for Damian Martinez.
He has the car in neutral. I think he might be out of gas.
Oh, it's without a doubt at this point. This is not a life choice here. This is desperation. He's hoping someone comes around and pushes him, but we've seen that go poorly. Jason gives Damian Martinez driver of the day for parking it right here. That's just rude. Oh my goodness, that's so funny. Oh my goodness.
Turns to the pits.
You hate to see it. All right. Well, that's it for Zolder week 1. Duran, can you go over our race winners, the top 10? Give us a rundown.
Top 10, we're looking at Dylan Ambrose in P1, followed by Josh Damiani, P2, and Eric Boardman, P3, and that'll round out your podium. And then looking further down, we have Rafael Astolfo in P4, followed by Austin Gardner and Dustin Fickert in P5 and 6. Then we have Brian Anderson in P7, half of the Guzman brothers, Carlos in P8, Eduardo Rodriguez, P9, and Nick Tower, a new face, P10.
Evan, Duran, what are your thoughts on the race? I mean, are you happy with how everything went? I think that the Division 2 gave us a great show. There were some incidents, but at the end of the day, great racing overall.
We saw hard racing for sure. I mean, there was a little carnage at the beginning, but I mean, that's expected. It's a 40-car grid on Zolder. Not a lot of room.
Yeah, I was pretty impressed with everything. And we're back on camera now. Evan still with the small camera because Skype just wants to be difficult. I'm looking over at my other screen. Again, big personality in a little screen. But you guys, I got to give Damiani some love. Coming in second place after a treacherous last season, I couldn't be happier for him.
Oh, he's off to a hot start for sure. I mean, this is a huge confidence booster. He goes into the next race thinking he's a race winner. He's in contention, or he can be a race winner, I should say.
Yeah, I'm super happy for him. There we go.
Happy with them. I'm also happy to see some new faces there at the top. Ambrose, new to the league. Boardman, P3, new to the league. Astolfo, is Gardner a new driver? I don't think that's a familiar name too. Gold, Anderson, Rodriguez was with us. So we got what is that, 5 or 6 new names in the top 10. That's awesome to see some new faces here who have plenty of pace and proven themselves here in Division 2. It's we did see some incidents. That's tough to see. A couple of guys just losing it on their own, taking damage and struggling to get the car around the track. But we also saw great overtakes, awesome moments there through the chicanes. That was a really fun race to watch. So great job to everybody involved.
Couldn't be happy for the guys. Evan, I made you larger, so you're filling out your little box now. So congratulations
nice.
on that. Yeah, that's nice, huh?
I'm all grown up.
Yeah, man. The little things I do for you, I spoil you. Well, you want to try and snag some people for race interviews? You want to try that?
Let's get some people in here.
Oh goodness! And now Kevin's gotten too big for his britches. He's bigger than the screen. Oh my goodness!
BBC Evan.
Figures. Go figure. That's too funny. All right.
Who are we pulling in first?
You pick, man. You're new to the game. You get to choose.
I get to choose.
Yeah.
Who do we have for driver of the day in the chat?
That's up to you guys. I'm over on my main screen now, so I'm not looking at that. But
Understood. No, we could start with the race leader. Race winner.
No, let's go for it. And now Evan's perfectly sized for his little box again.
Looking for him. Here we go. Here comes the race leader. Race winner, I should say. Dylan Ambrose. How are you, man? Great race.
Oh, I'm doing so great. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You put on a clinic. That was consistent. That was clean.
Oh, thanks. That's what I've really been focusing on the past few months here is consistency. I know that I'm a second or two off the ultimate pace here, but I know that I can do, a 130 all day long, and that's enough to win.
You had a big gap to Damiani before the pits, I think, and then your pit was quite a bit longer than his. Did anything sketchy happen in there?
No, I just hadn't fully worked out a strategy, and I decided I wanted to run race fuel through the whole stint. That's similar to what I'm used to. Most of my racing is done in a 25-minute series. Gotcha. So I'm really comfortable at the 45-liter mark. Any more and it starts to feel like ballast, and I get kind of understeery, and I destroy my tires. I figured trading 10 seconds in the pit was probably worth having 10 more consistent laps.
Were you feeling the pressure from Damiani behind?
Oh shit, especially at the end. My tire, my front left dropped off. I caught some blue flags, and one of them gave up the position in a slightly sketchy way coming into the chicane, and I downshifted and it hooked, and I hit that speed bump, I guess the anti-cut curb, and I started to lose pressure on the fourth to last lap. I think I finished at a 26.5 PSI in the front left.
Well, you managed to hang on though, and again, you're coming out, starting season 3 with an absolute banger. Congrats, my friend.
Oh, thank you, and I'm super happy that I had a teammate in the podium with me.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
Is that true? Wait.
Are you teammates with Boardman?
Yeah, Eric.
Oh, this is a problem.
Okay, bring Boardman in here. We haven't been able to see the teams all that well because the standings don't get posted for the teams until you finish a race. So now that that's the case, we should be able to look at that.
Did you catch our door bang on T2 lap 1?
We saw quite a bit of action on turn 1, but a lot of people kind of banging doors, but we didn't really attribute it to teammates kind of doing that. But I can tell you that you were not the worst teammate carnage scenario. At the end, we saw some Ferraris collect one another. It was a sad day.
Oh, so glad that that wasn't the highlight, but it almost was. Red Bull Monaco, I think 3 years ago, gave me some flashbacks.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
Yeah,
couple Mercedes taking each other out scenario.
Those Evo 2s are just so quick out of the gate. I mean, I know you don't win a race on the first lap, but if you can get 4 or 5 positions, why not? But oh man, he hooked harder than I did, and I saw him coming. I was like, oh shit, we're gonna die right now in P5 and 4. We're gonna take out half the field, but man, he's a pro. He caught it.
Very nice. Yeah, some team orders need to come into place, and communicating on the spot always lends itself to some avoiding situations like that. So, again, great performance, and we'll see you again next week, my friend.
Oh, thanks.
Have a good one.
Appreciate.
Should we get Eric in here right now?
Oh yeah.
I put him in here, but he popped out. I don't know if he knew he was about to be interviewed.
He said, "What am I doing in here?"
Eric. P3, sir. Congrats. You there?
You guys hear me?
Yep.
Oh, barely.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My headset's not working, so I'm using this junky old mic.
No sweat, man. You're joining the podium with your teammate. You guys put on a performance, one hell of a performance tonight.
Thank you. Yeah, it felt good, felt pretty quick, but Dylan here had some pretty good pace, as everyone saw. Those first few laps were pretty insane. So.
You weren't too far behind the top 2.
No.
Oh, not far at all.
No. You were hawking them down for sure.
Absolutely.
Needless to say, you guys are the team championship winners for tonight, giving your 2 positions. Obviously, you can't average any better than that. So, that being said, you have a pretty big target on your back. Are you going to be able to contest with that?
Oh, we'll see coming into that wet race. You never know. You know what they say, the great equalizer.
The wet race is going to be spicy. Spicy.
Shit. Especially at Zandvoort. I'm scared, honestly.
You guys know Zandvoort?
I'm pretty familiar. I do
Okay.
let's see. I got my timesheet right here. In the dry, at least, I do 136.2 quali, 136.27 race pace.
This man's
D2
got data.
be warned. D2 be warned.
This man has data at the ready. That's how you win races.
Man.
You become prepared.
Oh, it's just I've spent so much time, P20. Get sick of it.
No, I totally get that. And watching you progress is going to be something exciting. And if you end up winning D2, you know what happens to you?
Oh, I get bumped into the pro split.
You're damn right. And then you get eaten alive.
Oh, yay.
Unless you're Josh Arnold, then you just kind of show up and you start winning there too, which is kind of bullshit. But that's a topic for another day. Josh Arnold
That's
for pro.
all good.
Josh Arnold for pro.
Touchy subject.
Yeah, just don't tell me about it. I'm still kind of butthurt with how fast he was able to climb the ranks. But Evan, you have any questions for the gentleman before we pick another soul to swing up here?
No, I'm all set. Before the race started, Eric, I picked you as a kind of dark horse to maybe take the win, but good to see you still finish P3 and your teammate taking P1. You guys are off to a hot start for season 3. Hope you guys can keep it going and put together a whole season's worth of this. It was exciting to watch, and yeah, I mean, we'll be back next week and looking out for you.
Awesome. See you next week, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
boys.
All right, get them out of here. I want to talk to the Josh Damiani. Give me Josh. Give me Josh.
All right, where can I pull him from?
I found him. Here we go.
Damiani.
Mr. Damiani. P2 for you. It's been almost impossible for you to finish a race without some kind of something going on, but tonight you made it happen, and P2, you got to be happy with that one. How are you feeling?
Oh, you pretty much summed it up. I'm feeling pretty good. Just after everything that was last season, it's good to finish a race, and look where we wound up.
Did you manage to catch the beginning portions of our stream with a little Easter egg tied into it?
I did, and that was absolutely beautiful.
We had some thoughts and we talked about it in the stream. Did that motivate you, or did you feel like like driven to be better and to make up for it based on that?
I will not say directly driven, but it definitely had a boost to tonight. I didn't want to let the boys down. Made such a
Duran,
nice,
that's the last time I
nice
make a
memorial.
promo video. The last time I make one for Damiani. I
That
wanted.
was the most. That
I
was
wanted-
the
Okay,
most disappointed.
Hopefully the next
face.
one will be for winning.
I wanted something along the lines of, Douglas, the fact that you did that really jolted me to get to P2. Forget this guy. Forget him. But
Oh, man.
all jokes aside, man, absolutely stellar performance. You were blisteringly quick out there, and we're glad to see you back at the top where you belong. So we're eager to see how you perform in the moist weather next week.
Oh, I'm just excited. Gonna be a big slip and slide, that's for sure.
You got to take it to the Audis again. Represent Team AMR.
I shall do my best, sir.
Good deal. Well, Damiani, thanks again, and we'll catch you next week, brother.
Thanks, boys. Have a good night.
All right, guys. Well, that's all I got. The last thing I want to do is kind of plug all of our different social media content and make sure that people are aware of all the new things that we have in our league as of this season. So first and foremost, we have 3 divisions now. So you're currently watching D2. We had D1 yesterday and D3 on our Twitch happening at the exact same time. So catch those. Like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff, because YouTube algorithm loves all that extra engagement. We're on our way to 1,000 subscribers, because that's when YouTube starts caring that we exist. That'd be a huge milestone for us. And then subsequently, we have unveiled our website, which is simracingalliance.com. That's going to be where you can get registered, see standings, all the different championships we have going on. And it's basically a window into our league. And then ultimately, that'll get you paired into our Discord, which is where everyone communicates and has a lot of fun. So that being said, Duran, Evan, I couldn't be more appreciative of you guys joining me in the booth today. I had an absolute blast. Do you have any parting words for us?
Remember your vocab terms, kids, because you sure learned a lot of them tonight.
Oh,
And
yes.
thanks for tuning in.
I'm excited for another good season. It's always fun to be up in here. And Duran, thanks for joining us. That was a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. In future weeks. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Thanks, guys.